Morning, guys. So I'm here back on the Sea Gypsy, the boat of Sea Explorers, and we're out here at Atmosphere. What do you call this dive site? Panabalon. Basically the Atmosphere house reef. And today my goal is only one critter, the Pygmy Seahorse. I've seen it before here with Finn, but neither of us got great footage. We both had new cameras. We didn't really know what we're doing. And we think that today, as long as we can find it, it's gonna be awesome footage. It's a really nice day. Should be awesome. I'm gonna get geared up with Finn and Chris and let's go find this little guy. Critter hunter. You ready? I really like these jet fins, but honestly, I wouldn't mind some lighter fins. They're not the most fun to carry and especially travel with, but they're good underwater. All right, got my mask. Are you ready? Awesome crew. We got the A team with us today. We're going to some dive sites that are okay, but we got so many guides with us today. We're gonna find a lot of stuff. It's gonna be awesome. We got a lot of guides to help us today.
We're so lucky. 5 or 6 guides. One of them is a new instructor. We got one girl from Kapela who's been in a lockdown for over a year. So it's 3-4 divers and 5 instructors. Like, how crazy is that?
It's awesome. We're definitely gonna find some Pygmy Seahorses. So the secret to success of this dive is we already knew exactly where to go. These guys are super hard to find if it's a new dive site and you don't know where to look. Because even if you find the sea fan right away, these tiny seahorses are about the size of 3 grains of rice put together. And I mean, as you can see, they blend in perfectly. So they're super hard to find. Even though this one Gorgonian sea fan, which is where this particular species lives its whole life, was really small, there was actually 5 Pygmy Seahorses on it. And it was our goal to be able to film these guys as good as we could without giving them any extra stress or blinding them with our lights. So it's quite a hard task to do. They're easily stressed, and you can tell when they start putting their heads down or looking away. And we don't want to blind them with our lights either, so we can barely use any. But this little guy, out of the 5, he was the most friendly, and he was kind of curious about my camera. Maybe he could see his reflection, I don't know. But he gave me plenty of time to film him. So even though he's so small and I was in super macro mode, I could see his little gills moving and his eye moving around and his little mouth opening and shutting. It was so cute. This is by far my favorite seahorse species that I've ever found so far. I mean, there's 7 Pygmy seahorses in the world, and I'd like to see them all. Woo! You guys might have noticed I only filmed one critter on this dive, but it was the critter I was going for. This is a rough dive. We had to search for the Pygmy, and it was at 30 meters. So even though I was on night trucks, I went over my no deco time, just sitting there helping Finn film it and then filming it myself. Took all my deco time. I pretty much had to come straight up, do a deco stop, and normally there's slopes, so I could do a deco stop or a safety stop. I could do a safety stop at 5 meters, and I'm still on the bottom on the slope, and I can film critters. Do a swimming safety stop and film, but today it's just too deep. I'm hovering at 5 meters. I can't even see the bottom. There's just nothing to film. It's too deep, so I just came up even though I had air. Just did a real short dive, 40 minutes. But it was awesome. All I really wanted to do was film that Pygmy Seahorse, and we saw 3. So still awesome success. It's the first time I've only filmed 1 critter on a dive, but I'm sure Finn got some more because he was done before me, and I think he saw another snake try to attack me, but I didn't get to film it. So awesome dive. We're gonna take a long safety or surface interval, then we're gonna head to a spot called Massaplod South, see what we can find.
I can't see nothing. Sunny. Forever. And 30 minutes.
You were there forever. I was in deco stop. That's why I said. Or
do you know how many minutes we stayed at 30 minutes?
17.
I felt it was about 20 minutes.
23.
Yeah, I think I was 31.9, 32 meters.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just guessing.
That was
That was very good.
How was your pygmy footage though?
I think it was way better this time around.
Yeah, mine too.
Way better.
Awesome. He was cooperating. He was just looking straight at you.
A couple of different angles of it.
Yeah. Chris. Hey. Where are we at?
Now we are at Sarah's Reef.
Sarah's Reef. Sarah's
Just
place.
about 2 minutes with the boat from Pura Vida.
Yeah, very close.
We changed our mind about Massaplod, came a little north, and we're gonna hit this spot because somebody said it's really good, especially for nudies. And we've never been there, so it'll be a cool new entry on our map. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. First dive, never yet been here before, but we're kind of close to Talisay, but we still don't know what we're gonna find.
Now we did San Miguel last week and Talisay, 2 really good sites, so it's gotta be good.
In between of those 2, right?
Yeah. All right, let's go. Ready, Chris?
Yeah, let's go. With a big smile, yeah.
Freak! Alright guys, as a little refresher, here's all the dive sites that I have been to with Finn in the Dauin area. But next up on the boat, we're heading to a place called Sarah's Reef. A new place for the map that we haven't tried yet. So as we descended, we ran right into a giant frogfish. Now, there's usually a lot of giant frogfish here year-round in Dauin, but this is one of the first ones I've seen since Finn got here, and I think it's the first one he's filmed. This guy was huge, and he was just sitting in a giant barrel sponge, and he looked super comfy, to be honest. It was a good start to the dive, so I had high hopes of finding a lot of cool stuff. But although this dive site actually looked awesome, there was lots of structure, lots of reef and rocks, lots of artificial reef, and tons of places for critters to hide. It was actually deceivingly not great for critter hunting. For some reason, we couldn't find a lot of critters at all. In fact, we started filming really common critters just so that we got something for the dive. It was actually super disappointing. Or maybe that's how spoiled we are with most dive sites. But this dive site was a little extra disappointing because it looked so good. A regular diver would love diving here because there was so much reef, so many structures. There was a big, huge rock. That's where the frogfish was. But it just looked so awesome when we first descended to the bottom that we were excited that we're going to find some cool stuff. Not to mention that it's in between 2 of our favorite dive sites, San Miguel and Talisay. It just didn't deliver. I don't know if it was just luck on this day or what, but there was a lot of time wasted trying to find and film just anything. And like I said, we had to resort to filming some boring stuff like regular nudies and random crabs just so we can say we filmed something on this dive. So I would have to say this is probably my least favorite dive site of all the dives we've done here in Dauin so far. But I would definitely give it a second chance because it looks so good that I'm wondering if we just had bad luck on this day. If you guys are from around Dauin or Dumaguete and you've happened to have dove at the site called Sarah's Reef, let us know what your experiences were because I would definitely give it a second chance. It was one that we were surprised that we didn't see a lot of stuff. Well, that was a fun dive, but to be honest, pretty disappointing. It looks so good, but we didn't see a lot of critters at all.
You go good dive?
No man, even though it looks really good sometimes,
Yeah.
it can be hard to find something very specific or rare. A lot of reef fish, of course, but nothing too
Hi! Hi guys!
So we were stuck in Capelon, we heard, for 1 year. Lockdown.
But finally I'm back for a visit! So nice here!
Good to be back.
Oh, we did see a giant turtle. She was excited about that.
Oh yeah, huge turtle.
First,
I never thought a turtle would save the day.
First, there was no choice that now. I'll still always start the turtle.
Yeah. Here coming in.